Huberman Lab podcast reaches over 4 million people on a monthly basis. As a professor of neurobiology and ophthalmology at Harvard School of Medicine, I would say he knows what he's talking about. Have you ever wondered what his top tips are? Well, here are 5 condensed tips from his podcast to help improve your overall well-being.
So let's talk about sleep. Sleep is this incredible period of our lives where we are not conscious. We might dream, we might twitch, we might even wake up.
Dr. Huberman emphasizes the importance of maintaining a consistent sleep schedule rather than the number of hours you get. 6 to 8 hours is still recommended though, so don't get any crazy ideas. Consistency in your bedtime and wake-up time is the real key though. He refers to the consistency in our sleep schedule as our circadian rhythm, or in simple terms, our internal clock. We'll get back to that in a bit. As long as we can maintain a consistent sleep schedule each night, we should wake up feeling more alert and refreshed each day. Believe it or not, feeling optimistic about the next day can positively influence the quality of your sleep. And going to sleep with a goal in mind to get something done will help increase your drive the next day to do whatever it is you set your mind on. Who knows, you may even dream about your goals. Who doesn't love naps? Dr. Huberman recommends short power naps, less than an hour and a half during the day. A short midday nap will help recharge your energy for the afternoon. Try to avoid longer naps as they might interfere with your nighttime sleep and disrupt your circadian rhythm.
But Zone 2 cardio is, for those of you that don't know, the type of cardiovascular exercise that you can do while maintaining a conversation without getting winded.
Huberman recommends Zone 2 cardio, such as jogging or brisk walking, for 150 to 200 minutes per week. So make sure you get your steps in every day. He also recommends weightlifting. Weight training, also known as resistance training, is an important component to your physical health as well as your mental health. Progressive overload is a term for raising the amount of weight you lift over time. That is the best way to achieve muscle hypertrophy, or in other words, growing larger muscles. Rest days are also important. These are great days to get a nice walk in. Dr. Huberman also states that exercising within the first 3 hours after waking enhances the release of dopamine and adrenaline, providing sustained energy throughout the day. Working out contributes to overall heart health, burns fat, and keeps your brain output high. Exercise is a great habit to stack on top of learning new skills. I added a bonus tip at the end, so make sure you stick around to find out.
Try and get outside, ideally within the first 5 minutes of waking, or maybe it's 15 minutes, but certainly within the first hour after waking.
Early morning sunlight is crucial for regulating the circadian rhythm. Dr. Huberman advises exposing yourself to natural light immediately upon waking. If you wake up at 5 a.m. like I do, then artificial light will work, but try to get sunlight in your eyes after the sun rises. This practice boosts wakefulness and alertness throughout your day and promotes better sleep at night. Sunlight exposure is a great way to increase your mood as well. I used to keep myself locked up in my dark home all day without going outside. After a while, I could really tell I was starting to feel some signs of depression. Learn from my mistakes and get your ass outside. He warns against bright lights between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. as they can disrupt sleep. If you work from home and stare at screens a majority of the day, blue light blocking glasses are recommended, and Dr. Huberman is partnered with Roca. If he endorses them, they must be helpful. Go check them out.
People will basically eat not until their stomach is full, but until the brain perceives that they have adequate intake of amino acids.
He stresses the impact of your diet on physical and mental well-being. He also recommends a low-carb diet during the day to trigger the release of adrenaline, enhancing alertness and focus. Consuming high-carb meals at night can aid in the transition to sleep. Fasting for 12 to 16 hours daily is also suggested for mental clarity and blood sugar control. That sounds like a long time, but if you think about it, if you don't eat for 2 hours before bed, then sleep for 8 hours, you can have your first meal of the day like 2 hours after you wake up.
There is an immense amount of data supporting the idea that caffeine, provided it's consumed in the appropriate dosages, can improve mental performance and physical performance, and it largely does that through improvements in focus and concentration.
Timing your proper caffeine intake is crucial. Dr. Huberman suggests delaying caffeine consumption 90 to 120 minutes after waking and avoiding it 8 to 10 hours before bedtime. This approach optimizes the effects of caffeine during waking hours while preventing interference with sleep. He also recommends a dose of between 100 milligrams to 400 milligrams. However, if you typically deal with anxiety, maybe it's better to just avoid caffeine.
Cold in particular can be leveraged to improve mental health, physical health, and performance.
What's a Huberman tips video without talking about cold exposure? He recommends exposing yourself to cold conditions for at least 11 minutes per week. This can be achieved through activities like cold showers or baths. I typically turn the temperature of the water down over the course of my shower and finish with only a minute or two in the really cold temperatures. Cold exposure promotes the development of brown fat, which increases your metabolism by burning calories to produce heat. Other benefits include improved insulin sensitivity, a boosted immune system, reduced inflammation, and regulated blood sugar. Implementing these practices into your daily routine can positively impact your overall well-being and productivity. Subscribe for more insights on mental health and habits, and thanks for watching.